Hi guys, let's quickly go over the questions on today's test. So for number one, it shows a figure that is a planter and it's shaped like a rectangular prism that has a length of 4 meters, a width of 4 meters, and a height of 3 meters. Attached to the side of the planter is a smaller planter with half the volume. So it wants to know what is the combined value of both planters, okay? It says that the smaller one is half the volume of the larger one. So that would mean to me, you'd want to find the volume of the larger one. And then you're going to find what half of that number is. So for example, if the larger planter was 1,000 cubic meters, the smaller one would be half of that, which would be 500 cubic meters. Okay, this one should be nice and easy because it gives us all of the measurements that we need. Okay, number two. The diagram shows the measurements of a frame into which a concrete is poured to make steps. The steps are shaped like rectangular prisms. Which expressions can be used to find the volume of the concrete for the steps? Now, I see which expressions can be used, and then it says circle all the correct answers. So you guys, I'm going to tell you there are going to be two, okay? One is going to be for when you take the prisms and divide them like this. Let me use a different color. Divide them like this, all right? So this is prism, a prism here. And if we could see through, it would look kind of like this. Okay, that would be one prism. This blue one here, let me outline it. Okay, and the other prism, let's do it in yellow, would be this one right here. Okay, those are going to be the measurements for one of them. So it's going to be the volume for this prism and the volume for the blue one, okay? If you were to divide the prisms this way, instead of drawing a line up and down, you'd draw it this way, you would have one prism here, and it would be sitting on top of another prism, this one right here. Can you see that? Yes. Okay. It's just sitting on top. So that's what that's going to look like. Sometimes it's helpful to redraw the pictures as best you can and kind of show what they look like. Now, remember, when it's asking for the length, the width, and the height, sometimes it's not very obvious. So like over here, it says that it's 14 inches all the way across, okay? That does not mean that the length for this or this is 14 inches. It means that the length across both of them is 14 inches. So you have to figure out if the length across both of them is 14 inches, what's the length of this side, and what's the length of this side? And you're going to have to look somewhere else in the rectangular prisms to find out the length. This one is written out somewhere else, okay? You're going to use that number to figure out what this one is, because these two question marks, when you add them together, should equal a total of 14. Now down here, because we're just talking about one prism on the bottom, the length is all the way across, then that is 14. Okay, but the height over here, it's not 13. It's two different prisms. So the height of this prism up here is something, and the height of this prism down here is something, and they'll both add to 13. Remember, two answers for this one. All right, number three. A farmer built a trough to fit in a corner. The trough is made from rectangular prisms. Now, this is one of those questions that you see and panic. Don't panic, okay? It walks you through. Use the diagram to find the length A and the width B. So it wants you to find the length A and the width B. Now, it doesn't tell you exactly what those are, but kind of like on our last problem, what it wants you to do is use what you know and what we can see to figure out the missing lengths. So for A, we know that it's 8 feet across all the way, but A is only part of that, so this can't be 8 feet across. You have to find another length to subtract from the 8 feet in order to find A, okay? For B, it's the same thing. This is the width, right? Well, the only other width number we have is this one. Whoop, this is 9 feet. We know this is not 9 feet. Look how little this is, and look how big this 9 feet is. So you're gonna find another width that you're gonna work with that you can subtract from the 9 feet in order to find B, okay? Sometimes it's helpful to think about it like this. Okay, let's pretend this is our shape. See how I made it into a full box? So this is the shape part, right? Let's see, why would I do this? Oh. Okay. This is our rectangular prism shape, and I connected the ends to make it a full square. We want to know what B is. I want to know what A is, okay? If the whole distance is 9 feet over here, we know B is not 9 feet, but the width over here is 7 feet. We know that B will be that distance 7 plus something else, which is B, to make the whole width of 9, okay? Same thing goes for A. If we know the whole length is 8 feet, all this over here is 8 feet, and we know that part of the length over here is 3 feet, we know that A can't be 8 or 3. It's 8, and then you take away this part that is 3, okay? And then it says, what's the volume of the trough? So you need to figure out what the length is, what the width is, and then it's up to you whether you want to divide it like this and have this be one rectangular prism and this be one rectangular prism, or if you want to divide it like this and have this be one rectangular prism and this be one rectangular prism. That's up to you. Finally, the diagram below shows the measurements of two identical, so they're the same rectangular prisms joined together. Austin says the combined volume of the prisms is 225 cubic meters. Explain his error and give the correct volume. Okay, so if these two prisms are exactly the same, then the three measurements can be used on either one. So 5 meters, 15 meters, and 3 meters can be used to find out the volume of this prism, and 5 meters, 15 meters, and 3 meters can be used to find out the volume of this prism, okay? Once you find out the two volumes, then what do you do to find out the volume of the whole combined, combined figure of rectangular prisms, okay? And you're going to get an answer, and it's going to be correct, and Austin's is wrong, and you're going to say, Austin probably did this, or Austin probably did that. The correct answer is blank, and you're going to give the correct answer. I expect you all to do really well. I think sometimes it's hard to look at these pictures and figure out where to separate them, but the beauty is that no matter where you draw the line to separate, excuse me, into two rectangular prisms, you're going to get the same answer, okay? So maybe if you start working on one and you separate it using a horizontal line and you're like, whoa, this is hard, I can't find the side lengths, maybe try separating it a different way and see if that helps you out as well. Good luck, and the code word for today is Pikachu. So if you need any help, tell me the code word, and then I can help you as much as I can help you, which is not much more than what I just kind of gave you, but alas, reach out. I'm here for you. Have a good day.